2024 will be definitely a year of crypto airdrops, and in this video I'm going to show you a couple of super interesting crypto airdrops that you can start acting upon right now and talk about a couple of other opportunities as well. So I'm going to start with Zeroland. This is the market, the leading lending market on different L2s, starting with ZK Sync and Manta. If you go to the app, you can see that you can basically have a choice between ZK Sync and Manta here, and as you can see, there are already multiple people basically borrowing and lending assets. This is a standard Aave-like interface if you didn't know, but what's interesting is that they have this claim drop, and the new added thing is that PYTH stakers will get a reward as well. So you can also refer friends and get bonus points for that. The link will be down below in the comments, of course. If you want to use it, this is a win-win scenario for me and you as well. But if you're staking PYTH, as I've mentioned in my previous video on that, I was already guessing that there will be multiple protocols, multiple blockchains that will basically come and reward people that are staking PYTH, because PYTH network is this chain link for Solana. So you get off-chain data on-chain and be able to communicate, and Zeroland is the first rewarding people that are using PYTH network. So the airdrop hasn't started yet. You can basically farm points right now for saying GM, for joining Discord, for inviting people, but also for staking PYTH. And this is really cool. I'm going to put the link down below in the description. So this is the first to start. Another big story right now is Farcaster. So Farcaster is already around for quite some time. It's basically like Discord or like Twitter if you prefer to compare it to different social networks. However, it's entirely being built by Web3 people for Web3 people. And on top of that, they have many multiple features like being decentralized. There are multiple clients that allow you to interact with Farcaster. So if you go from one client to another, so you don't lose anything. You can go with more like Discord vibes, more like Twitter vibes, depending on how you want to interact, how you want to aggregate your data, your social interactions. The number of people on Farcaster is growing steadily, and right now, finally, they might have kind of like a boom moment with the very first meme coin that was airdropped to people that were using Farcaster. This meme coin is DEGEN. You can see that already on the screener, and there was this explosion basically here with DEGEN that went parabolic, doing basically 20x within the span of like a couple of days. This token was airdropped to people that were using Farcaster to own some of the communities and basically just tweeting daily and doing stuff like that, and people were airdropped basically thousands of dollars. There were people on Twitter saying that they got like $4,000, $5,000. A couple of my friends got a couple of $100 or $1,000. So it was definitely possible. If you were using Farcaster, of course, we don't know whether that will continue or not, but it's worth mentioning, especially that we're still looking for that one place for crypto people to have a single app. Most of that is taken right now by Telegram or Twitter, but Farcaster actually might be the way to not only get people from Twitter, crypto people from Twitter, but also get others, normies, Web2 people that will be using the app as well, because of those different interfaces, you can have it configured, customized however you want it. So super interesting as well. Now, the third thing I wanted to mention is Plume Network. Plume Network has just started. It's a testnet right now, available as a testnet. It will be a mainnet as well, but they have a testnet already for real-world assets blockchain. This is what they're building. They're building an L2 to Ethereum that will be focused entirely on RWA. So super interesting. They already have a couple of interesting partnerships, a couple of ambassadors. They have an ambassador program, and right now they have launched a testnet that you can, of course, interact with and start playing around with the community if you're after an airdrop or about learning very interesting tech, also in the RWA category. This is not all, because basically if you want to go after potential airdrops, there's this long tweet by Alex Wasey. He basically mentions all the tokenless projects from the ultimate watch list with explosive potential. So explosive potential in this case is that those protocols are already highly anticipated. There are many people looking to get into this, and you can basically bet on the fact that some of them will drop an airdrop. So if you're after airdrops, that might be the best place out here. As you can see, he already mentioned, for example, Chain that I did the entire video about, Aevo, the network, the decentralized exchange that you can trade with pre-market tokens, but there are very interesting things I haven't even mentioned, like Monad, Entangle, Eclipse, Movement Labs, Avail, and so on. So there are really a lot of projects here that are worth going after, and I'm going to mention them in the comments. You're going to get a link to this tweet if you want to go after. But of course, I'll be making a video about each of these projects, or make a super long video about everything as well. So that might be super interesting. Another place, if you want to have a look at those kind of tokenless projects, is of course DefiLlama. If you go to DefiLlama and click on airdrops, you'll be able to see all the protocols that might airdrop a token. This is of course mostly for the protocols that are on blockchains that are already live, so it's not about testnets. You won't see Chain here, you won't see you won't see things like Monad, but you will see for example Jupiter, which of course we're anticipating an airdrop because that was confirmed, and that will be a massive airdrop. But there are many others that will probably airdrop in the future, so of course it's good having a list, especially if you look at things like TVL. You can see by you can sort that by TVL and see which large protocols do not have yet a token. So for example, Eigenlayer is here, Blast is here. We know that both of those projects will actually get a token at a certain point, so it's worth definitely checking that out. So if you're after airdrops, this list is a must. You definitely have to go through that. Note what you want to go after, because probably you won't be able to do everything. You can focus on some of the categories. So for example, one of the categories that's very interesting from my perspective is different derivatives. So I was already talking in a different video about Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid is a decentralized exchange with centralized like features that allows you to trade perps. And they have a system of points. So with this system of points, your trading is to a certain extent incentivized by getting more points, and there's a potential airdrop coming in the future. Same goes with Drift. Haven't made a video yet, but Drift is basically also a decentralized exchange that allows you to have centralized features super fast and with a potential airdrop coming along the way. So also both those projects are worth taking attention. But again, as I've mentioned, choose one of the categories and maybe go after one category, because it will be easy to repeat steps. Because of course with, for example, derivatives, you know that you have to trade. With something like lending, you know that you have to borrow and lend. And there are repetitive steps that you have to take in order to potentially qualify for this airdrop. So again, this list from DefiLlama plus this list from Alex Wasey is probably the most interesting stuff if you're after crypto airdrops. There are many interesting projects, and of course that's not all, because there are many projects coming along the way that didn't announce any kind of airdrop. For example, like When token that basically was airdropped to 1 million Solana wallets, which was pretty crazy. We don't know exactly also the rules for some of those airdrops, which make it even more enticing, fascinating, but definitely 2024 will be the year of crypto airdrops. So if you wanted to start, for example, from the very beginning, you have no money, crypto airdrops probably is the best way, especially if you go after different testnets where you don't have to really engage any funds. You just operate and on a blockchain that's in a testnet mode, counting on the fact that once the mainnet is live, you might get something for the action you have taken on a testnet. So thank you for watching, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video.